20 minutes after 9 a.m. for us, time to go and look at our moments in current affairs. And this morning, where do we begin? The mining community in Krugersdorp will be flushed out during the search for the criminal gang that attacked a crew on a music video shoot. Now, this is a pledge by government in the wake of the West Village attack that saw singers, models, presenters, and professional makeup artists raped and robbed, allegedly by men from the nearby Zamazama operations. The psychosocial support has been initiated for the young women whose only goal was to earn a living, only to be met with such brutality. Police Minister Begicele said on Sunday, after meeting with the families of six of the eight survivors at the Alexandra police station. These young women are traumatized and are not in a good shape mentally and otherwise. Gauteng Community Safety MEC Faith Mazibuko has sent psychologists and counselors to provide mental health care for the victims. Begicele said he had asked National Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu to offer more support and immediate initiative restorative efforts for the victims. While investigations into an alleged robbery and rapes are underway to find the suspects, police operations to crack down on illegal activities and arrest undocumented persons and wanted criminals in the West Village area to continue. The operations consist of multidisciplinary teams for the Crime Intelligence Unit and the Special Task Force for the National Intervention Unit. The Tactical Response Team and K9 units, Flying Squad, Highway Patrol, Police Air Wing, Department of Home Affairs, and private security stakeholders. Let's hope justice is done sooner than later. Frustration is building up among the G4S Secure Solutions workers who are supposed to get paid their share of 20 million rand flowing back from the Black Economic Empowerment deal concluded 17 years ago. In November, the Triple BEE Commission ordered that G4S Security Solutions pay the workers 20 million rand for the 13% that they've held in the company since 2005. The money was paid to the trust of the commission, confirmed receiving proof of payment. However, no payments have been made to the 3,500 workers who are beneficiaries. They say, "We do not know why, but the company clearly does not want to pay our money. We want our money. This is the only thing we need as beneficiaries." Workers are frustrated and some of the beneficiaries have even died without receiving the money. "Our families are suffering while there is money that belongs to us that can make a difference. But I assure you, we will not lose hope," said Johannes Masemola, a representative of the beneficiaries. Reports 2 weeks ago that 29 border posts between South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia remain closed despite the lifting of the COVID travel restrictions. Well, some businesses in Limpopo, Northwest, and Northern Cape said they had incurred major financial losses over the past 2 years, resulting in retrenchments. Home Affairs spokesperson Siya Koza confirmed to the Sowetan on Sunday, in fact, that 29 borders would open on Monday after Aaron Motsoaledi approved their reopening. The department has previously said they were waiting on neighboring countries to agree to the reopening of the 29 smaller borders, and the spokesperson for the SA National Parks, Ray Takuli, said they were excited. The Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park in the Northern Cape under Sandparks is surrounded by Twe, Rivieren, and Matamata borders, which are also set to reopen. President Vladimir Putin appears to have lost the use of his right arm. The focus has fallen back on the Russian president's health after footage emerged on Sunday showing him apparently unable to swat away a mosquito at his country's Navy Day event. It comes as the 69-year-old branded America one of Russia's biggest threats, while experts say his invasion of Ukraine is running out of steam so badly he is plotting an escape from Russia if war fails. A video captured of the moment Putin was given a tour of the military museum as part of the weekend marking Russia's Navy Day held on the last Sunday of every July. He can be seen speaking with Ksenia, daughter of the defense minister Sergei Shoigu, when mosquitoes started buzzing around the right side of his face. Putin raises his arm in an attempt to swat them away while his right arm hangs limply by his side. He continues to itch and swat around the head with one arm before walking alongside Ksenia with a limp as she continues her tour. Putin has been rumored to be suffering from cancer and dementia, while experts speculating his bloated face and signs he was on steroids, sparking warnings that he could suffer roid rage. It was reported in March that the intelligence community is sharing a growing number of reports about Putin's increasingly erratic behavior. Trade Union Federation COSATU has raised its disappointment with the African National Congress' sixth policy conference, saying that it did not spend enough time reflecting on failures to implement some of its policies. COSATU Secretary General Bheki Mtshali spoke to the Eyewitness after the closure of the governing party's four-day gathering. He also raised concerns with the party's implementation of the step-aside resolution, saying that some members were still resisting to comply. Mtshali didn't mince his words and said that while they appreciated that it was the ANC's National General Council that focused on monitoring and evaluation. The party's policy conference could have conducted its own assessment. The police conference did not do the evaluation of the implementation because it's supposed to be done by another structure. That was the gap that we had, Mtshali said. He also raised challenges with the ANC's step-aside resolution. The question of the step aside has not been thoroughly implemented. You people stepping aside, others are still resisting. The question of ill discipline still comes, he said. But Mtshali added that it was not all doom and gloom, saying the ANC had managed to reaffirm policies and programs aimed at rooting out corruption. The petrol price is to decrease by R1.32 on Wednesday for both grades of fuel. Diesel price will drop between 88 and 91 cents a litre, while paraffin will cost R1.44 less per litre. At the time, the process to deregulate petrol prices has begun. Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe has published a notice for public comment that would allow retailers or resellers to determine their own price up to a specific limit. Twitter users have weighed in on the Prince of Pegging, rumors linked to Prince William having an affair, as it seems on the tweets on the 28th of July. Now, it is being said that one of the royal's extramarital affairs was because of his love for pegging. The report also claims that the royal's wife did not mind the affair. This was because she prefers her husband getting his sexual needs met elsewhere, so the Prince of Pegging began. Pegging is a sexual act which involves a strap-on item. Now, at a recent media party, he was told that the real reason for the affair was the royal's love of pegging, which his wife is far too old-fashioned to engage in. Now, the wife doesn't mind her and, in fact, prefers her husband to get his needs taken care of by somebody else because she is not into that. I bought Prince William. So Twitter users say the British press invented stories about Meghan Markle to make her seem like a gold digger. Meanwhile, Kate is eagerly waiting for the Queen to die, and William is cheating on his boring wife and loveless marriage, getting pegging lessons. Aibo. Johnny Herbert says Max Verstappen's apparent lack of respect towards Lewis Hamilton and their 2021 title fight is disappointing in many respects. Last season, Formula One witnessed arguably its best title fight for years as Hamilton, chasing a record-breaking 8th title, found himself up against Verstappen, the Dutchman seeking his first. From crashes and team boss rants to momentum swings and disparaging remarks, the two went into the final race tied on points, with Verstappen beating Hamilton with the last of the lap championship pass. This season, he is marching towards his second driver's title in much friendlier circumstances, as he holds 63-point advantage over longtime rival Charles Leclerc. Although the two butted heads in their junior series tussles, both have spoken this season about the respect they have towards each other. It had Sky Sports asking Verstappen if he had anything to do with the age gap between himself and Lewis. He replied, "For sure, but I prefer what we have now." He went on to say, because first of all, Charles, I know very well, he's a nice guy and we are similar in age, I think only 3 weeks apart. And I think also we are fighting a very well-respected competitor in terms of Ferrari, the way they go about the way they fight. So when they win a race, we can go to them and say well done, and when we win a race, they can say well done to us. But while Verstappen may respect that, Herbert does not appreciate his dismissal of Hamilton, as he feels it shows disrespect towards the Briton and his Mercedes-Benz team. Finally, and further afield in the beautiful but sometimes troubled continent of Africa, Senegalese people voted this Sunday to elect the country's deputies. These elections stand as a decisive test for opposition parties trying to tackle the ruling party's influence ahead of the presidential election in 2024. Many fear President Macky Sall may see a third term. It is a destiny of our people that it is at stake today with legislative elections. It is extraordinary. It is very important. People must vote. About 7 million voters were called to elect the 165 deputies in their National Assembly. We want to have a dynamic assembly, an assembly that represents and assists the people. The Senegalese people really need this, says Madame Gomis, quieting to vote, or in fact queuing to vote in the capital. The political atmosphere is tense in the West African country, even more so since the list of opponents was rejected for this vote. During this June, 3 people died in the build-up to these elections. 28 minutes now before 10 a.m. and this is the end of Moments in Current Affairs. Good morning and welcome. Happy Monday.
From the states of Africa.